All right, let's make this a fast one. Let's talk about Hermione Granger in Harry Potter. Now, as I've said before, trying to bring in real world human logic into the world of magic, into the wizarding world of magic, makes no sense to me because there are just certain things and certain experiences that Hermione can't understand. But my first thing is it was stupid to have a time turner just to use it for classes. Now, obviously, I get the plot later in the story to save Black and um, to save Buckbeak. But at the end of the day, I think it was just kind of so pointless for the time turner to be even a thing. Now, all of them obviously get destroyed during the story and stuff, but the ridiculousness of the story and how it came to be with Hermione using it to jump from class to class was a little ridiculous. So that's option one. Look, I'm not a Hermione hater. I don't hate Hermione, but there are certain things that I'm going to use logic in this. First off, when Hermione says there was no woman yelling Harry, there's no one pulling the carriage Harry. There's no Malfoy can't leave the castle Harry and stuff. It's like, well, later he realizes, okay, he doesn't appear on the Marauders map because of the room requirement. It's a secret room, so it makes sense to be hidden from the map. The map never lies. And stuff. Secondly, you didn't experience death, Hermione, so you don't know that they are pulling and stuff. And for every answer I have, magic is the answer and stuff. And secondly, you didn't have a traumatic event, Hermione, so that's why you don't hear the woman screaming because it's Harry's mother that died on that night, and that is why you have that traumatic event. Now, as for the Yukio quote that I like using, knowing how a card works and knowing how to play the card are two different things. We never see Hermione practice those spells. Just because she has knowledge and knowledge is power does not necessarily mean that she knows how to best Harry in a duel with those spells because we never seen her use them. This can be associated in other magic aspects in Fate the Winx saga or in Lizzie and Josie's case where Josie may know more magic and stuff because of dark magic, but Lizzie will be better because she's the better duelist in ultimately. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we also want to add fundamentals and stuff. I was watching basketball and stuff videos of people, and I've seen time and time again where people have been cocky and stuff or beating their opponent off the dribble, doing all the fancy footwork stuff, but misses the shot. So in the end, the shot is a failure, in my opinion, because it doesn't matter how much footwork and fanciness you used, get off the court if you don't know a damn thing about fundamental basketball and use your fundamentals. Too much of the cockiness going through that and stuff is going to cost you in the end. And that's why sometimes Harry can beat Hermione in a duel because his cockiness is not a big factor and stuff. And he's using fundamental spells like his Stupefy or Expelliarmus and stuff. The thing here is I don't really like discrediting Hermione completely of being smart, but there are other people that are just as smart, like Luna Lovegood or Ginny Weasley in the story, and they have great smartness as well. But like I said, if you don't know how to use the spell, you're not going to be good. Take Hope Michelson, for example. She learned every spell. She practiced them thanks to Freya Michelson, her mentor, her teacher, and stuff. And in that regard, we actually see her using the spells later in Legacies and stuff, proving that she's a great magic duelist and stuff. But for Hermione, we just don't see any of that, which means no, she has the knowledge, but we don't see her ever practice it, which means could she actually win a duel? Probably not. With those advanced spells, unless we actually see her practice them or actually use them. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on Hermione's actions and stuff. But there are a lot of things that make no sense to me with Hermione Granger. So let me know your thoughts on it.